allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready? Adoption of the agenda. Nothing new?
No, nothing for me.
Nothing? All right. Acceptance of heating assistance funds. Sorry about the wait.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So for those who don't know me, I'm Kevin O'Kelly, one of the managers at Cook's Lobster and Ale House. Thank you for giving us this time. Finally, we're here. On December 6th, Cook's Lobster and Ale House held its annual Harpswell Heating Assistance Dinner and Silent Auction. With the incredible support of our community and sponsors, we raised more money than ever before. Thanks to donations from local business owners and residents, we filled our auction tables with over 100 lots, raising over $10,000 from auction and 50-50 raffles alone. Overall, the total funds raised far exceeded my expectations, reaching $40,000 and surpassing our $25,000 goal.
Wow.
This achievement was made possible by our dedicated sponsors, donors, and friends. We would like to recognize the sponsors this year: Bruce and Heather Davis at Homes and Harbors, Engel and Volkers, Casco Bay; Karen Hutchins and the team at Land's End Gift Shop; Dwayne Reber and crew at R.A. Weber and Sons; Lori Haggerty and the team at Roxanne York Real Estate; Gary and Cindy Favreau at Bamforth Marine; Sue Favreau at the Log Cabin Inn; Ron Hutchins and at Keller Williams Harpswell Real Estate Group; Kathy Dyer at Welcome Home Real Estate; Jason and Shannon Hillman at Northeast Marine Survey; Harborside Grill at Holbrooks; Rob and Lisa Williams at Rob Williams Real Estate; Cole Goldsmithing; Hard Shore Distilling Company; Hannah Beatty at Hatch on Main; Bill Menke at Lee Auto Mall in Auburn; Byron and Blair Shea at Shea's Plastering; and Amazon. I would also like to thank those who provided personal donations: Doug, Warren, and Pamela Berry, Kevin and Debbie Johnson, Gail Hayes, Greg Bastick, John Dumont, Robert and Bridget O'Brien, Stacy Scott, and Thomas Himes. A very special thank you goes to Susan and Scott Selka, the Selka Family Impact Group, for being our first ever diamond sponsor, which was instrumental in helping us reach our final goal. Additionally, I would like to thank Paul Charbonneau for bringing my vision to life and designing the logo for Harpswell Heating Assistance Program. On behalf of myself, Jason Richard, Nick and Jen Charbonneau, and the entire team at Cook's Lobster and Ale House, thank you, and we would like to thank everyone for their participation. It's an honor to continue this tradition to help warm the hearts and homes of our community. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
No.
We need a photo.
Oh. We have something known as the Big Beautiful Check.
Ooh, very nice. Oh, that is great. Oh, I love it. Do you want that mic out of the way? And the water? The bottle of water? Nope. Oh, that's great.
Upside down.
Okay. Pressure.
It's fine, I'm good.
Just take a couple. Looks great.
That is fantastic. Wow.
Thank you. That's impressive.
Thank you all so much.
You can give that big check to the treasurer right here.
We need the little real check.
We'll leave it in and I'll come pick it up.
What's that?
Maybe you want to display it at your place, at the restaurant. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you
It's
like
not
to
a
do?
bad idea.
Yeah.
Hang it up in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much.
What, are you leaving?
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Wow.
All right. Where were we? Public comment. I don't see any public here. Select board announcements?
Can we have them come back at the end to end it on a positive note, too?
What's that?
Can we have them come back at the end to end it on the positive note that we started it on?
I don't think they'll come back.
I don't either.
All right. You have anything, David?
I do not.
Matt has nothing? All right. Town administrators report?
I'm going to be very brief tonight. I just want to remind people that absentee ballots are available for the March 14th referendum items. That would be for election of a select board member, 2 school board members, the appropriation to Curtis Memorial Library, and the Clark Cove proposal. So those absentee ballots are now available from the town clerk's office. Thank you.
Consent agenda?
I move the consent agenda with the approval of the minutes and authorization of the warrants.
I second the consent agenda.
All in favor? All right. We have a wharf in front of us. Michael and Jennifer Rogers Wharf.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tim Clark with Codes. This is map 48, lot 92-1 on East Shore Drive. It was not part of the subdivision. It was a totally separate,
That would have been my
Area.
question.
yeah. We had a site visit there last week. The only person that came was the person that heads up the road association for the subdivision, just to make sure that it was where it was and what have you. It's in an empty lot right now. I say it was, all the setbacks are fine. The water's fine. And there was no objections from the public at the time.
No.
So,
Good.
I already visited Codes on it.
Yeah, I'm
They
fine.
were fine with it?
yep,
Are we good? All right then.
thank you.
I move to approve the application as the harbor master indicates. There's no hazard in navigation, no injury to rights of others in relation to fishing, fouling, or navigating.
And I second it.
I don't have to do anything, do I?
No, you're good.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor?
You took my thunder seconded it, David. That's my job usually.
You're the second job.
You're getting a little quicker on that. All right, progress report regarding Mitchell Field Boat Launch.
Yes, we have Kevin Baruchian here for GEI. He's going to give the board and the public an update on the Mitchell Field Boat Launch project.
Good evening. So I'm Kevin Brushin. Took over for Dan Bannon, who was previously running the project. I know I haven't met any of you in person, so happy to finally meet you guys all face to face. So update on the Mitchell Field project. The contractor has actually set the last of the precast ramps that they can before they do any of the concrete pours. They've made great progress. We're just on the verge of a winter shutdown, barring weather. They'll be doing a little bit more work and then shutting down until the spring, where we'll then be doing the prepping for the paving and the remainder of the work. Last time I discussed with the Board of Selectmen, I was in front of you to seek authorization for some additional funds to support the testing for the town. I'm happy to report that while you guys authorized $20,000, I was able to negotiate with the vendors and do them not to exceed a $5,000 cost plus add
Thank you.
to the contract. So I wanted to give you guys an update on that. There was a couple overruns. We had to modify one of the items on the project, which you guys have authorized, which was $20,000 for an additional rock socket. We appreciate that. So that has been completed. That vendor is off the project. And we're working through finalizing where the contractor is financially. But right now, we're slightly over where their bid was due to some item overruns, but we're still within the contingency of the overall project at the moment. So
All right.
How are we looking time-wise? Is it ahead, behind, on schedule, in your opinion?
from the perspective of time, there was always a shutdown.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
from that
We've
perspective.
gotten everything done that we wanted to get done before that. shutdown.
Correct, yeah. So, I mean, their shutdown went a little later than they had anticipated, but at the same point, they're not worried about it, and we're still on track for spring completion.
Perfect.
I don't know-
I did
oh,
stop
go
by
ahead.
the site, and so they're showing a couple of the pictures. So this is, as of this evening at 5 o'clock, those are all the precast ramps set in place.
Nice sunset.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
Beautiful.
opportunity to get down there this
You
afternoon.
could launch a boat right now.
There you go.
Not quite. There's a little bit of a bump in the way, but yes.
Well, that just gets it off the trailer quicker.
Sorry, I'm having,
There you go.
Oh, I see it now.
I'm having
Yeah,
a photo moment.
Just a little bit of
yeah, a
bump,
little bit.
Excellent.
But,
Looks good.
But one of the other things that we actually did was the timber piles that we installed. We actually extended them up a little bit more than was originally called for, just because it made it easier. So they're a little bit more flood resiliency for the project.
No administration building in that photo.
No, not at all.
Hold on.
This is a nice one. Oops.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, that is
I
nice.
gotta change that for next time.
Look at the ice.
Oh, yeah.
There's one more.
I was leaving the bay the other day, yesterday morning.
That's a little more of a marketing photo for the contractor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
that's a
artistic.
great marketing photo.
A brand-new excavator, too.
Yeah, they do, yes, yeah.
I noticed it was brand new.
Yeah, there wasn't a scratch on the paint.
Same with the dozer.
I was gonna say, and the dozer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice and shiny.
Do you want to mention the stockpile issue that we're working on?
Sure, so,
Okay.
so that there was, during the excavation to create the boat ramp, there was the intent to reuse as much of the soil as possible. Anything that was not able to be reused was to be stockpiled on the property. From what was excavated, a lot more was unusable than anticipated just due to the gradation of the soils, which is why we have a couple items that have been overrun. That soil is now being, in consultation with the town, we're gonna get it tested to find out what the implications are for that. Depending on what is found in the soil, I'm hoping nothing, right, at the end of the day. But obviously, due to the site's history, there are potentials of having stuff found in the soils. Once we find those results, we will then dictate where we can place it, potentially leave it on site, or potentially we may have to take it off-site depending on how much contaminants are found. So we really can't do anything until we know what is in the soil, but until then, it'll just stay stockpiled. I will say that the stockpile right now has been covered with at least hay and whatnot to help foster it maintaining its shape over the winter.
If we do have to truck it off-site, do you foresee another change order for the added cost?
So that, if we get to that point, then we may want to decide if we stick with the current contractor or if there's economics going to a different contractor.
Okay.
So, yeah, you don't have to stay with the
right.
existing contractor. It may be more beneficial to go
Yep,
one
that
way
makes
or the other.
sense.
Yep.
Perfect, thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions?
I'm satisfied. I've been down there a few times.
Yeah, I have two.
They've been battling the ice.
I don't know.
They
if
have, yeah.
Mark wanted to make any comments tonight. He's here.
Not really. I've just tuned in to be a backup for Kevin if he needed it. And I think in answer to the question about time frame, I think they are actually ahead of their original schedule. They have completed essentially the trailer parking area, and in their original estimate of time, their timeline, they didn't plan to do that until the spring, but they had the opportunity to do it. They had availability of people, so that has essentially been completed. And I think in terms of the boat launch, excuse me, they are a month or so behind schedule, but they're going to be exactly where they plan to be when they shut down in the next week or so to come back in the spring to do the rest of the work.
Yep.
It's looking good down there. I've been
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Looks great. Really good.
No,
Any
the
other
soil,
questions for anybody?
the soil from the sausage, that's being used to fill in for the the
When
admin
you say
building.
the sausage, there was a pile from
The
the Reed
original.
and Reed removal of the pier.
Correct, that's the one.
And the DEP approved that that soil could be, we had already tested that.
Yeah.
Been reviewed by DEP, and it could be used to fill in the hole at the administration building when the
Okay.
concrete was removed.
Okay.
So that's been used there, but they didn't use all of it.
No.
So there's still,
Yeah, there's still about half of it
yeah,
left from,
yeah.
from
At least
remembrance of what it was.
That
But
should be fairly coarse stuff that was from inside the caissons at the end of the pier.
that's exactly it. And that's also the reason why the stuff that we took out, we couldn't use it because the gradation of it, it's a very granular material, but the gradation of it wasn't suitable to go back in for the backfill.
Okay, okay. All right.
All right, hey,
Thank you for coming, Kevin.
Yeah.
Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
Have a
make
great
that
evening.
easy. All right, speaking of progress reports, we have one on Ocean Street.
I think this is the night for our engineers, because we have Will Haskell tonight, who's also an engineer.
Who's been there 3 hours?
So he's prepared to give an update on the Ocean Street embankment project. Are you gonna work from here, or Terry's gonna do the slides for you? Okay. Oh,
Here she comes.
She done runned off.
I think I got it.
I have to get it up.
Sounds like you do.
I'm not sure. Usually that's the question that gets asked of me.
I'm sorry, I lost it.
two marine projects tonight, a boat launch and a stabilization project.
Yeah. Probably won't go through all the slides. This slide deck was more for my meeting, public meeting today, but, so yeah, just like to give an update. Again, Will Haskell with Goral Palmer. So we've been working on this for a bit. We're getting ready, or we're very close to submitting our DEP, Natural Resource Protection Act permit, NERPA permit, which is required for the project. So today we had our public meeting for that application submittal. So we should be able to submit that within the next couple weeks. Then we're kind of in a little bit of a waiting game until they get that approved before we can put the project out to bid. But we're in pretty good shape with everything. There's a couple minor adjustments to the plans that we still need to make. But so I can kind of go through this pretty quickly. Next slide, or do you want me to run the slides?
Feel free.
Do I have to point at that, or?
Yes.
Yeah, so as everybody knows, this is down at the end of Ocean Street, where there was some erosion that occurred in the January 2024 storms. Damaged about 200 feet of embankment in there, basically ripped off all the vegetation. And we're only able to repair about 150 feet of that, because there's 50 feet or so that's over in this vicinity here, which is on private property. So we're not able to expend FEMA funds to repair damage on private property. Just an interesting photo here. We pulled this off of Google. It shows kind of what the vegetation looked like in this vicinity back in 2021 before the storms, and then this is a 2024 image after the erosion, so after the storm event. So you can kind of see what the wave action did there in terms of kind of taking away all that vegetation. FEMA flood map, it's in a VE zone, a velocity zone, with the FEMA flood elevations, elevation 25, which basically comes up and over the trail of the giant stairs. But we'll see that a little bit more when we get to our plans. So again, one of the challenges on this project is the private property line. So there's kind of some weird property lines down here at the end of Ocean Street. So again, Ocean Street here, trail to the giant stairs there. I highlighted this line in magenta. That's basically the limit of the town's property. There's kind of a weird little pie shape in here that's another piece of private property, and then this is private property on this side. The erosion basically extends over to this vicinity here. So, but we're going to be stopping our project back here on the south side of that magenta line. That presents some challenges, engineering challenges when you do that, because if we leave this unstabilized over here, there's a potential in future storms where wave action could come in and kind of undercut or come around the backside of our new stabilized project. But again, it's a funding challenge for us. So that's.
Oh, the Johns that live in that house, right? Are they interested in
It's not
doing
the
their?
Johns. It's not the Johns.
It's not.
No,
They're the
no.
next one up. Anyway, are those the private owners interested in doing something in their part?
Yeah, we haven't talked to those private property owners. I don't know if anybody at the town has discussed that with them. I guess, certainly an option, but I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well, I mean, we can't spend any public funds, so
Right,
whether or
but
not
I mean,
they want to do it.
But we're not coordinating with them in any way. I mean, as you say, if
They were invited to come to the meeting to hear what our proposal is, but we
Oh.
haven't done any specific outreach other than that.
Did they come to the meeting?
No.
No,
I
okay.
think there might be summer residents.
Yeah,
I don't believe anybody's there
Most of them
right
down
now.
there
but-
all right.
They'd be crazy if they were. Big place, rough place to spend the winter. I just think we should coordinate with them. If, as you say, if nothing happens with that part, the next storm
Yeah,
will
there's
take out what we've done.
two pieces that we need to coordinate with, and we need to deal with this pie-shaped piece. I'm not sure who that is, but
I think that's Chris Coffin. He's
Oh,
he's
yeah.
an heir. It's an
Yes,
heirship
yes,
property,
yeah.
and he's an heir. So that involves a lot of potential owners, I guess, to get permission. I
so
don't-
you got that little pie shape there that's stuck in the middle there too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a,
Did he show up today?
he was at one of our prior meetings, site
On
meetings.
site, yeah.
Yeah.
might be worth mentioning to that other property owner, because I'm sure they can get a deal while the contractors are, or the contractors down there building,
If they get their engineering done, well, we need to go.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we have to entice them, just maybe just so you know type of thing.
Yep.
Okay. So this is just kind of a description, but I'll move on to the map and I'll describe this to you as we. So here's our proposed stabilization plan. So we've got kind of a hybrid solution going on here. The higher, or over on this end of the project, is the taller section of eroded embankment. And what we're proposing is some fairly large toe stones in here that are roughly 5 foot diameter or so. Those will be actually pinned into the bedrock. Those transition to kind of 3 foot toe stones as we move along over on down to the south. Above that, we've got some heavy riprap. That heavy riprap will be void filled, so it's not just going to be a kind of a big stone that you see. We're going to fill it, and then we're actually going to plant that area with some some plantings in there, and then up on the top, this gray hatched area is more of a planted coir mat with local coastal plantings in there. In the big scheme of things, I mean, with my engineer's hat on, I would probably prefer to have that riprap go all the way up to the trail. But based on some recent experience on other projects, similar type projects, we're definitely seeing the regulatory agencies coming back at us with the preference for that hybrid type approach. I guess a couple important things on this map that are key. So this blue line down here is basically the highest astronomical tide line, elevation 6.7 or so. This blue line up here is the FEMA VE elevation 25. So, basically extends up and over the trail pretty extensively. Based on what we saw for the damage that occurred here in 2024, early 2024, I mean, it wasn't overly apparent that we were getting waves that were coming up that high. I mean, there's not a lot of erosion or obvious erosion that happened on the other side of the trail, but potentially, I guess that's a possibility in the future.
What are the dashed lines on the southern end?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we'll get there in a second.
Okay, getting ahead of you, sorry.
One thing, there's an existing set of stairs that kind of wraps down here. We are going to reconstruct those stairs. I can introduce the curve into there if we need to, but I don't know if anybody went down to the work that was done on Little Island Road and has looked at the embankment down there. But R.A. Weber did a really nice job with some building some stairs into that riprap down there, and we would potentially match that. I've got a picture a little bit later on that will give you an idea of what those would look like. As we move on to the southern end, the height of the erosion significantly lessens. And it's kind of a weird little strip that runs along there, but it's only about 18 to 24 inches tall in terms of the strip that's eroded as we move to the south. So what we're proposing in that area is to, again, use this coconut fiber coir log, so kind of a stacked log situation in there that would be pinned either to the bedrock and or into the soil. So again, the height of that erosion is much less than over in this section. So we feel pretty confident that kind of transitioning to those coir logs back down in there will work pretty well.
It looks like the ledge, the way it's built, just drove the waves up and, up that way.
Yeah. All the construction access obviously will come down Ocean Street, and we anticipate that a lot of it will be done from the top, but they may need to drop a small excavator down here to do some of the work down at the bottom. But we've got quite a bit of room in here between the hat and where we're doing our stabilization. So there's a fair amount of room in there to do some work if need be. One of the things that I am going to do that's a slight change to this plan is we're basically holding this about 5 feet off of that pie-shaped property line, and rather than coming perpendicular up to the contours like I've got shown here, I'm gonna extend this over so it kind of comes up essentially about 5 feet off that property line, so we don't leave more area there exposed than we have to.
So the line with the dots in it, which would normally be, I guess, a railroad track, but is that where your hay bales?
Yeah, the coir logs would
Yeah,
be.
okay.
Yep. And you can get those in different diameters, so we're probably looking at an 18-inch or a 20-inch diameter log in there, and then the vegetation on top. So there's an existing strip that still remains right up against the trail here of vegetation. Obviously, in this area, what's there will probably get removed, but then get replanted. When it gets replanted, it's gonna look relatively sparse, but it should grow back in and hopefully look more like that 2021 photo, after a couple of years.
You can plant some more poison ivy along there, that's
Yeah.
plenty of it.
So it's all low-lying?
That's native, right?
It is, yeah.
So, there's a lot of, going out there's a lot of Rosa rugosa, stuff like that. We can't plant that back there now, but
Right.
we'll fill that in. It's gonna be brushy, shrubby type vegetation. So obviously, when they're in here, they're gonna chew up that trail a little bit while they're working in there, but we'll have to, make sure that gets included in terms of fixing that up and restoring that to, stone dust trail as they pull their way out of there. And I think we talked a little bit about this at the public meeting, but I think it's gonna be very difficult to keep access to that end of the trail while they're working on this. So I think we probably have to close down this end of the trail while they're working on it. And I guess from a timing perspective, I think what I'm anticipating is that this would be, a September timeframe type project. And it'd probably take, depending on the contractor, a month or two.
After Labor Day is what you're saying, yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Makes sense.
So.
Great.
What else I got here? Just a couple typical sections. Again, over here, we've got the big toe boulder with the riprap and core mat up on top. This is more of the core log type configuration. Stairs, so it's not a great picture, but that's what R.A. Weber ended up doing over on Little Island Causeway. We hadn't even really shown it on the plans, but they
It does look nice.
did that, and it looked pretty good. This one is just a picture of the existing stairs, and it's a little fuzzy, but they're kind of coming down in this direction here.
But the
Will,
top
could-
one of the new stairs, is the top photo of the new stairs?
Sorry? What's it?
Top
Yeah, top
photo,
one's the
yeah,
new
yeah,
stairs.
Yeah.
Again, DEP, we'll get that, now that we've had the public meeting, we should be able to get that submitted pretty quickly here. And goes like anything like other similar projects, we'll definitely get some comments back. There'll be some back and forth, but, if we had gone with all riprap or big stone, I think we would definitely get comments back. I'm hopeful that we we're a little
Minimize.
more successful with the hybrid approach that we're going into this with. So that's just an impact plan, construction. Yeah. So,
Okay,
Great.
thank you.
Very good, thank you.
yeah. So now that we've got that public meeting, we're good to go.
You can check that box.
Wrapping it up.
Yep.
So you really don't know how long this permit process, it could be several months back and
That's the real
forth?
bear
Yeah,
right now
yeah.
with DEP. That hasn't gotten any better
Mhm.
in terms of, getting them to review things any quicker. So,
Mhm.
just-
Do you want to go back to the podium or use that mic, Will?
sure. I think I'm done, but
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
unless anybody has any
Yeah.
questions.
Any questions, Ben? Nope. David?
Nope,
No?
no, I'm good.
Barry?
Thank you.
No?
All
We're
right.
good.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Will.
Thanks.
You have to leave the microphone.
Can't bring that with you.
All righty. Moving along, review of March 14th town meeting.
Yeah, so
warrant.
now you get to the really exciting stuff.
Huh.
Good night, Kevin.
Good night.
So this is it, right?
So
Thanks,
this
Mike.
is, this is the latest draft.
You did a good job.
Thank you. This is the latest draft of the annual town meeting warrant for March 14th. The select board has been reviewing the information from the wage and salary consultant. You provided some guidance to the administrative staff last week, and you provided more guidance today at your 1 PM workshop. So this represents. Did I? No. That's
Oh,
from
this
his
has been
book.
updated
That-
tonight,
That's from his
Oh.
book.
so that has all the.
Okay.
So this is an update based on information from this
Thanks, Gary.
afternoon.
Okay, I'll put the other one away.
Not to be confused with the
Oh,
one
the
in
old
your
and the new.
notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of how many trees we've killed.
So I would say the latest budget is now $8,185,386. That's a 4.5% increase. And I can review through the warrant where we made changes. I think was it a week or 2 weeks ago when there were some updates to try to allow for a 53-week period, and we've made some corrections to that in this warrant, and we've added some of the information that you gave us today about trying to bring some of those positions that were identified as being below 80% of the market, to try to bring those up, and then to add some longevity increase to people who had been here for, I think, more than 10 years and more than 5 years. Is that right? Or in more than 15?
5, 10, and 15.
5, 10, and 15. So those have been worked into the budget. Trying to point out where changes have been made. We did receive communication from Maine Municipal Association, and they had a slight change to their membership fee, so Article 13 changed. I'm not going to go through every article, but Article 26, I do want to point out, we originally had 10,000 in there for the Emergency Services Central Building.
Yep.
But we anticipated that we might break ground earlier, and there could be some miscellaneous operational expenses, but we don't see that happening now. It looks like groundbreaking is going to be in the fall. And so we were concerned recently with some of our propane usage, what's going on with utilities. So we had 10,000 in this budget, but we just reallocated it to the buildings and property and vehicles line and removed the line for the central building.
Fuzzy
Since-
math.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think we have to make
I'm
adjustments.
joking.
I mean, things change, so I wanted to point that out.
It's hard to keep up with.
I know, it is. And then Article 37, Cumberland County Communications Dispatch. They notified us recently that they had originally proposed a 3% increase, but they were running into cost issues, and so that's gone up another
Another
3%. And there's some IT charges, additional IT charges that they're asking all the communities that have a contract for dispatch to pay. So, I mean, in the scheme of things, paying $46,475 for a dispatch agreement, I think is reasonable, because we share that cost with so many other communities in the county. You couldn't hire one person probably to do that.
There's no other
So
alternative.
there's definitely an economy of scale there. There was another really small, the Coastal Humane Society notified us that I think it was like a $16 difference, so it's very minor, and we made a little change to
Just
that
within the
article.
sublines.
Yeah, it was just a subline to indicate that Mid-Coast Humane is now asking for $8,084.
So the Article 43, the recommendations, I've abstained, obviously.
Okay, 43, did you give us an abstention?
I see a
Okay.
question mark there,
Yep.
so I'm.
Huh?
What about
Oh.
Selectman Gillian?
I will vote to support it under the guise that they're going to increase your fundraising and we won't be funding 100% after this year.
Okay.
And- Oh, yeah, I vote to support it, but I want to see some kind of succession plan, maybe, Dave. No, other than that, I'm supportive of it.
We already got somebody to replace me. I hardly go in there anymore, so.
Yeah. Do they have your knowledge, though?
They pick my brain once in a while.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. All right.
And so we did have to make various changes to some of the departments to accommodate those market changes. And we did that today.
Can I ask a quick question, Christie?
sure.
Does that keep us, I know LD1 has been
Oh, yeah,
repealed.
yeah.
Are we still below that, though?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we are.
thank you.
By how much? I want, just curious.
I don't have my,
Didn't run the update today, but
Okay, yeah.
approximately 180 to
Oh, wow.
200,000.
Oh, so a good chunk.
Because of the removal of the debt service.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's right, that was a big chunk coming off.
I believe it's over 200.
Thank you.
That's one of the largest we've ever had.
Increases?
No, saying under LD1,
oh,
if there was an LD.
Right.
It's a
well,
benchmark.
what helps is, your revenue side is going up, and that offsets what you have to collect from the property tax.
Right, I think
as
with
well,
the
so.
housing values going the way they are, they're accelerating at a faster rate than our
Well,
budget is.
Yeah, and people in Harpswell are tending to buy new vehicles, so that drives the excise tax figure, which helps support the reduction in taxes.
A lot of money here.
Yeah,
You know,
I bought a used one.
some other communities in Maine aren't seeing the same kind of revenue
For
growth
the
that we're
excise
seeing.
tax and stuff? That's
Right.
interesting.
I mean, I think in southern Maine you're seeing it, but
Yeah,
in other areas, not necessarily.
you've got me interested in something new. I'm curious to those numbers.
Well, so those numbers, when you look at Article,
Oh, I see them in ours, I'm
55,
just curious
yeah.
how we compare to other towns now.
Oh,
that
how we
You've
compare.
piqued my interest is all.
yeah,
My
okay.
own.
You can do that research.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do it tonight. Let me know tomorrow. Give me a call.
I will. I'll give you an update. I'll send out a memo to the board
Yeah.
on where we fall.
Not like Mary Ann does at 12:30 at night.
Yeah, no, I'll be in bed.
So I think that's it for tweaks, is that?
Looks good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So of course, the board still has time,
Oh,
but
Till tomorrow morning.
the town, well, the town report is going to the printers tomorrow, but we won't ask the board to sign the actual warrant, so you have time for changes. The warrant, we prefer not to. We hope it's as close
Really?
as
Yeah,
possible to the
yeah.
town report, but technically you have up until posting, and so we do plan on meeting on March 5th. Unless the select board has something for next week, we're not necessarily planning a meeting next week.
Yeah. 'Cause
I don't have.
Wow.
You finally got through the budget, the
I'd
warrant.
scheduled all my Thursdays out until March 14th. What am I going to do with all my free time?
Oh, we do have a meeting, and I think Select Board Member Johnson would be there on the Emergency Services Building on Thursday,
Yep.
but it's earlier in the day.
It's
Yeah.
all you.
Yeah,
No, me.
don't forget that one.
No.
So, yeah, we're not planning a 6 o'clock Select Board
You
meeting
two can come
next
if you're
week.
interested, though.
No, I'm all set.
What
Well,
time?
we should notice it if 2 members are going to be there.
No, he was joking.
Right,
I
right.
thought.
No,
No.
That's
Oh,
okay.
to the
Yeah, okay.
fire thing. The emer- no,
Don't go out of your way.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, I'm serious, if you guys want to come.
So any questions, any,
No, I mean,
Okay.
I appreciate I appreciate all the work that's gone into this, and
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think people, and I'll be one to admit it, I mean, this is my first year in the job, and it's been very eye-opening to how much work goes on behind the scenes that the public doesn't actually see, so.
Right.
There's a ton that is happening here, and just because you don't see it doesn't mean that the
No.
employees aren't working extremely hard.
Yep. Our job as 3 selectmen is
Pretty,
not to screw it up.
I know.
Right.
Yep.
very good, thank you.
You good?
Yeah, so
Wow.
I don't think you have to vote to, because you're not going to sign until March 5th.
Yeah, I'd like to just
But-
read through it one
yeah.
last time.
But this is the
Just to
copy
double
going
check.
to the printer.
Do it tonight.
We're all
Yeah, I
good.
will.
You got a nod.
Oh, I
I got
think the
2
other
things
thing
now.
to mention is you decided you wanted 4% on the delinquent taxes.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Yes.
abated, it can be less, but we used 4, I don't know.
I think
We've always
four
got-
across the board, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
did.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep. That was the plan, Stan.
Okay. That's good.
Is that it?
Yeah,
You sure?
I think so.
Last chance.
All right, public comment?
Oh, dear.
Yeah? No.
Okay.
Other business? We just did that. So,
Yeah, I think you're good.
all right, in that case, looking around, we're adjourned.
Yay.
Right.